Good evening, students. So good evening all of you. So welcome to Unacademy EAMCET YouTube channel, students. Myself Dr.Rajendra Prasad, biology educator on Unacademy platform, and I have been teaching biology to medical students from last 13 years. So in today's class we are going to discuss about the EAMCET 2020 question paper. So that was conducted on 24th September. So previously also discussed questions. In today's session also we will be discussing 20 questions from EAMCET 2020 question paper. So Unacademy is providing free live classes. Unacademy is providing free live YouTube classes. Unacademy EAMCET YouTube channel is providing live free classes every day on its Unacademy EAMCET YouTube channel. So at every day at 4 p.m. we will be having the biology class for half an hour. So in that I will be teaching the multiple choice questions for this month. Then next month we will be taking the topics also. So Unacademy is also giving free live classes on its app, that is Unacademy EAMCET special classes. So apart from that, there is a well-designed courses going on our Unacademy Plus platforms, and it is a paid course. So it is a well-designed course. What is the importance of this Unacademy Plus subscription is premium content is available at affordable price. So structured live courses. So dedicated live outreach sessions are going to conduct in this particular Unacademy Plus subscription. So quizzes are also conducted at regular intervals. So batches. So lectures are in batches, and you can select the batch which you want, and you can join those batches which you are interested. So and test series also, daily practice question papers are also made available on our platform, that is Unacademy Plus platform. So this is all you can get for single subscription for unlimited access. So already there are 20 top educators are there, more than 20 top educators, and already 10 batches, and more than 250 courses are also going on our particular website. So more than 200 lectures are also available, so you can go through those lessons. More than 200 lessons already have been recorded, and lessons are also there. So recently on Unacademy Plus platform, so there is a batch was started. The name of the batch is called as the Telugu batch. So in this batch, all the lecturers, so biology, mathematics, chemistry and physics, all the lecturers will be taking the classes in Telugu. So that is the importance of this Telugu batch. So what happens in this Telugu batch is detailed explanation will be given in our Telugu language. So native language, Telugulo manaki edana teaching mottham Telugulo untadi. Kabatti this batch is called as a Telugu batch. So if you are interested, so to subscribe this batch, Telugu batch Unacademy Plus course subscribe chesukonukunte, so you can use 1 month trial plan. So that is of 2,250 rupees. So trial plan is 2,250 rupees. So website like 2,500 చూపిస్తుంది. If you use my code RAJENDRALIVE na code use cheste meeku 2,250 rupees ke ee 1 month price anedi available untadi. What is the importance of this course is complete syllabus coverage anedi untadi meeku. So this batch recently started. So kabatti so ఖచ్చితంగా benefit పొందుతారు purchase చేసుకునే వాళ్ళు. So apart from that, there is already another batch is already started, that is called comprehensive batch. In that I will be taking biology, sir will be taking physics, and sir will be taking the chemistry classes. So our purpose of this comprehensive batch is also to complete the syllabus by end of the February month. Tips and tricks will be given by educators, topic wise practice papers and full day mock tests also will be made available. So this is a 1 month plan. This is also costing around 2,250 rupees. So 2,500 చూపిస్తుంది website మీద. So if you use my code RAJENDRALIVE, so RAJENDRALIVE నా కోడ్ యూస్ చేస్తే మీకు ఈ కోర్స్ 2,250 రూపీస్కి మీకు సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోవడానికి అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. సో 1 month ప్లాన్ కాకుండా సో Unacademy కూడా ఏంటంటే లాంగ్ టర్మ్ ప్లాన్స్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తున్నారు. 6 months ప్లాన్ మరియు 12 months ప్లాన్. సో 6 months ప్లాన్ చూసుకుంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ 10,125 రూపీస్, చాలా తక్కువ. సో 6 monthsకి 10,120 రూపీస్ మాత్రమే. ఇంకా 12 months ప్లాన్ తీసుకుంటే ఇంకా చాలా బెనిఫిట్ ఉంది ప్లాన్. 12 monthsకి 12,375 రూపీస్, అంటే ఒక మంత్కి 50,000 రూపాయలతో సమానం. సో ఖచ్చితంగా ఇది ద బెస్ట్ ప్లాన్. సో సూన్ ప్రైజెస్ కూడా ఇంక్రీజ్ అయ్యే ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది, కాబట్టి సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోవడానికి చూడండి. సో ఇఫ్ యూర్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ యూ కెన్ యూజ్ మై కోడ్ RAJENDRALIVE so that you can get these long term plans for 6 months plan of 10,125 rupees and a 12 months plan of 12,375 rupees. So that is about our Unacademy Plus subscription. So now let's go to our multiple choice questions. So answer question paper 24 September జరిగిన క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ మనం డిస్కస్ చేస్తున్నాం ఈరోజు. సో చూద్దాం 20 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, అవి మనం డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం ఈరోజు క్లాస్లో. So let us see the first question. So first question చూద్దాం. So let us see the first question. A sponge harmful to oyster industry. Okay. So a sponge is oyster. So oysters industry lo so poisonous. So which is harmful sponge. So which is harmful poriferous. So sponge is a poriferous. కాబట్టి so oyster industry lo harmful sponge sponge ఏం చేస్తుంటే ఈ oysters అనేటిని destroy చేస్తుంది అన్నమాట. So which is that harmful oyster. So if you see spongilla, so spongilla is a marine, it is a freshwater sponge. So spongilla is a freshwater sponge, it is the freshwater sponge. So spongilla, so all sponges are majority of them are marine, but this is a freshwater sponge, spongilla. So Euspongia, no doubt it is a marine sponge. So Euspongia is a marine sponge. Okay. So if you see Chelonia, so Chelona ane oka sponge. So this is the harmful sponge. So this is the harmful sponge. So this is the harmful sponge which destroys the oyster industry. So that our answer is Chelona. Okay. Chelona is the sponge which is harmful to the oyster industry. So that is about the first question. So let us move to the next one. So next question, let us see the next question. So who proposed that ecosystem? So who proposed that ecosystem is the symbol? So ecosystem is symbol of structure and function of the nature. So that is the question. So who is the scientist out of all these scientists? So who is proposed as the ecosystem is symbol for structure and function of the nature? So first time, so ecosystem was first time. Actually it is given by Tansley. So Tansley is the person. So Tansley is the person who has told that ecosystem is the symbol. Ecosystem is the symbol for structure and functions of the nature. So that is the answer. So Tansley. So term ecosystem. So means this Odom. So Odom is considered as the father of this particular. These all ecological studies and ecosystem. So anyhow, so who proposed the ecosystem is symbol of the functions of nature is Tansley. So Tansley is a scientist. Let us see the next question. Descent of man and selection in the relation to the sex. So this was the name of the book. Actually it was written by one of the scientists. So descent of the man and selection. So term selection. See how to remember this. Whenever the term selection is given means, so person who has extensively written the books about the selection of the individuals is no doubt it is the Darwin. So Darwin is the person who has extensively studied about the evolution. So the name of the book is clearly indicating that it is something related to the evolution. So descent. Okay. So descent means no doubt it is from the evolution. It is something related to the evolutionary aspects. So out of these all scientists, so Linnaeus is a person who has extensively worked on the taxonomy of plants and animals. He is not an evolutionary biologist. He is a taxonomist. Okay. So Linnaeus. Similarly, Mendel is a genetics. So he has extensively worked on the genetics of the plants and as well as especially plants. So in Copernicus. So he is a scientist. No doubt about it, but he is not related to the biological scientist. He is a physicist, so he works on the physics. So he also cannot be our answer. So Darwin is the person who has extensively studied about the evolutionary characteristics. So that is the reason we have to take the answer as Darwin. So Darwin is the scientist. So term descent itself is used something related to the evolutionary aspects of man and their selection. Okay. So finally our answer is Darwin is our answer. Next, let us move to the next question. So if you see the next question, so one of the following is incorrect. So question is asking about one of the following is incorrect about WBC. So question is asking about WBC. So it is WBC, it is white blood cells. So they are also called as leukocytes. So white blood cells. Question is asking about white blood cells. They are also called as leukocytes. So let us see what are leukocytes is composed of. You see leukocytes includes like monocytes. Monocytes are the one type of leukocytes. So monocytes, what happens is they migrate from bloodstream to the other tissues and differentiated into macrophages. So this is a right statement. Monocytes will convert into the macrophages. So they convert into macrophages to provide immunity to the human beings against the pathogens. So no doubt this statement is correct. So the Kupffer cells are present in the liver. So macrophages that are present in the liver, those are called as a Kupffer cells. So no doubt about this is also right statement. So statement A is a right statement. Then eosinophils. So eosinophils. So these are the leukocytes which also plays an important role in allergic inflammatory reactions. So eosinophils' main role is to play against the inflammatory. So against the inflammatory responses. So against the inflammation. So they give the inflammatory responses. So that is also right statement. So option A and option B both are right statement. Question is asking about incorrect statement. Next, this is statement C. Basophils release histamine for inflammatory response. So this is also right statement. Basophils release histamines. Histamines are released by the basophils. So that is also no doubt it is also a right statement. So they also release histamine. So this is also a right statement. Then nature killer cells, NK cells, nature killer cells. So nature killer cells are type of phagocytic erythrocytes. So question is telling here they are erythrocytes. So erythrocytes does not play any role in the acting against the organism. So this is a wrong statement. So this is the wrong statement. So option D will be our answer. Next. So identify the elements. Next question if you see, identify the elements which led to much variation in physical and chemical conditions of the different habitats. So identify the elements which lead to much variations in physical and chemical conditions of the different habitats. So if you see the physical conditions first, let us see the first option. Only components such as temperature, water, light and soil. So these all temperature, water, light, soil, these all are physical factors. So these all are physical factors. So statement 1. Okay. So statement 1 is a correct statement. So no doubt about it. It is the physical conditions. Then if you see statement B, only components such as pathogens, parasites, predators and competitors of the organism with which they interact constantly. So this is a chemical these are the physical conditions. Option A is of physical conditions. Option B is of chemical conditions. So this is something related to the chemical conditions. So statement B is also correct. So physiology and anatomy of organisms. So this is totally physiology and anatomy is totally related to the biological aspects. It is totally related to the biological aspects. Question is asking about the variations in physical and chemical conditions. So statement A is related to the physical conditions. Statement B is something related to the chemical conditions. So statement A and B together are correct statements. So based on that, option D will be our answer. So option D has both A and B options. So we will be taking the option D as our answer. So finally, option D will be our answer. So let's see the next question. Arrange the following statements. Arrange the following statements regarding the amoebiosis. Question is asking about the amoebiosis. So if you will go through the statements clearly. So let us see the first statement. So this could be the first statement. Infection by Entamoeba histolytica. So infection, whenever the first statement is whenever the Entamoeba histolytica is the organism which causes amoebiosis. Amoebiosis is caused by the name of the organism. The name of the organism is called Entamoeba histolytica. So the infection of Entamoeba histolytica by ingestion of mature cyst in fecal contaminated water or hands. So this is the first statement. Then after that, so this Entamoeba histolytica is present in a cyst form. So now that after they enter into the particular human body or any or animal body, then excistation means they will come out of the cyst. The coming out of the cyst is called as excistation. So coming out. So what is excistation? Coming out of cyst. Coming out of cyst is called as a excistation. So this could be our second statement. Excistation occurs into small intestine and trophozoites are released. So they are released. Trophozoites are released from the cyst. And now what happens? The released trophozoites migrate to the large intestine. So now this will be our third statement. So finally the fourth statement is this one. Trophozoites multiply by binary fission and produce cyst, and both stages are passed into the feces. So this is the arrangement. So these are the following. These are the statements. Okay. So first, what happens? Entamoeba hemibiosis is caused by the organism. Name of the organism is called Entamoeba histolytica. So infection of Entamoeba histolytica occurs by ingestion of the mercury cyst in the fecal contaminated water, food or water, hands. Then what happens after that? Excistation occurs in the small intestine and trophozoites are released. So finally what happens later? Trophozoites migrate to large intestine. Then trophozoites multiply by binary fission and produce cyst, and both stages are passed to feces. So based on that, so our answer will be this one. So this one will be our answer, third option. So let us see the next question, assertion and reasoning question. The portion of myofibril, so myofibril between the two successive jet lines is considered as a functional unit of contraction, that is called as a sarcomere. So this is a correct statement. Statement is correct. Statement is correct. So this is a correct statement. So the jet line, so between the two successive jet line, the function is called as a sarcomere. It's a correct statement. Then let us see the reason. So this jet line, okay, during contraction, question is asking the next reason is telling that during contraction I band gets reduced. So no doubt I band gets reduced. So that is also correct. I band gets reduced, whereas A band retains the length, thereby causing shortening of the. So this is also both are correct. So means reason is also a correct statement. So assertion is a correct statement and reason is also a correct statement. So but reason, even though it is a correct statement, reason is not the correct explanation for assertion. Why? Because in assertion the discussion is about jet line, but the reason is explaining about the I band and A band, but not about the jet band. So that is the reason. No doubt. So assertion and reason both are true, but reason is not the correct explanation for the assertion. So based on that, we'll take that option 2 as our answer. Not the correct explanation for the assertion. Next, in human beings, so brown eye is a dominant. So in human beings, let us solve here. So brown eye and blue eye. So this is the blue eye and brown eye. So brown eye. So then brown eyed couple has blue color child. So both couples. So both mother. So mother and father. So if you take mother and father, both are. So both are brown. So both are brown. So when both are brown, the child produces a blue eye. So we have to, so for then what have to do is, if child has to produce a blue eyed child, that means we will go for heterozygous condition. So capital B will be a homozygous dominant, and it will be brown. Then this is heterozygous brown. capital B, small b, heterozygous bound. Then BB. So small b, then it is homozygous. It is homozygous recessive. So condition is called as homozygous recessive. So these are three genotypes that we can expect from the given question. So three genotypes from the given question. Now question was telling that, so genotype of the couple. So let us see the first genotype of this couple. So if you do the cross between this parent and this parent, if you do the cross, so question is telling that brown eye couple has all children are blue eyed. All children are blue eyed. So let us see the Punnett square. If you do Punnett square cross, then we will get offsprings like this, BB. So like this. How I am doing is in this manner. Then like this I am doing. Again I will do like this. Then in this way. So BB, then BB. Then what happens to these two? These two are brown. So these two are brown. These two are blue. So both brown and blue individuals are both, children are both. Here in this first case, children are both. So children both, brown and blue both are coming. So this cannot be our answer. Question answer is telling that we have to get all the children with blue-eyed child. Okay, all children should be a blue-eyed child. Okay, so option A cannot be answered. Then let us see the option B. So in option B, if we do this, so BB, again BB, small b, capital B. So here in this case, all are brown. So in this case, if you see in this case, so all are browny in this case. Then so brown eyed couple. So once again see, let us see once again this question. So brown eye B is dominant. Okay, this is correct. Or blue eye. So blue eye. Okay, then so brown eyed couple. So brown eyed couple has blue eye. Okay, so brown eyed couple. So all are brown in this case. So all are brown in this case. Then if you see here, so in this case these two are brown, this is blue, and this is brown. Okay, so some are brown and some are blue, so both brown and blue. Okay, so in option 2 we get some are brown and some are blue, like option 1. Then let us see here in this case. So in option C, BB, then again BB, then all are brown. All are brown in this case. Then in option 4, let us see in option 4. In option 4, if you see, here also we get BB, and BB. So no doubt all are brown here also. Now once again let us go back to our question. So question is telling that brown eye is dominant and blue eye. So no doubt about it. This is the brown eye we have taken dominant and blue eye is recessive. Then question is telling that brown eyed couple. So both couples are brown eyed. So in which genotypes? So both eyed are. So in which both couples are brown eyed. Now here if you see this first cross, one of the parent is brown eye but another parent is blue eye. So option 1 cannot be answered. Here this parent is brown eye and this parent is brown eye. So there is a chance for this option 2. Then in option 3, one of the parent is brown but another parent is blue. So this option 1 and 3, there is no possibility chance. Then option 4, you see both, this is also brown, parent is brown, here also parent is brown. So chance for option 2 and 4 to the answer. In that you have to identify in the cross of option 2, we have one blue eye. But in cross of option 4, we don't have blue eye, all are brown. So the question is telling that blue eye individually should become. So then answer will be 3. So 3 will be our answer. So finally our answer is option 3 will be our answer. So option 3 will be answer, students. So this will be our answer. Option 3, this will be our answer. Thank you. About this question, let's move next one. Next. Biogeochemical cycle having small gaseous components. So which are having the gaseous components. Okay. So biogeochemical cycles have small gaseous components. So biogeochemical cycles having small gaseous components. So if you clearly see this, so phosphorus is non-gaseous component. This is a non-gaseous component. So out of these 4 options, phosphorus is non-gaseous component. And which are gaseous components of biogeochemical cycle? So gaseous components. If you see, take the gaseous components, it will be sulfur, carbon and nitrogen. And what the question was asking? Question was asking that having small, which is having small gaseous component. So out of this carbon and nitrogen, nitrogen is occupying nearly 78%, more than 70% of the gas present in the atmosphere. Means more than 70% of air in the atmosphere is of this particular nitrogen. So this cannot be answered followed by the carbon. So carbon is also 0.02%. So sulfur is present in very least amount. So that is our answer. Question is asking small gaseous component. So sulfur will be our answer. So sulfur is the gaseous component which is present in a very small amount. Next. Which of the following is not a character of red mussel? So the question is telling that which is not the characteristics of the red mussel. So let us see the statement 1. It contains more red color oxygen storing pigment that is called myoglobin. So this is a correct statement. It is a characteristic of red mussel because red mussel is red in color because of the presence of the more myoglobin. So this is the right statement. It is a character of red mussel. Then myoglobin retains more oxygen. So myoglobin also carries oxygen. Myoglobin also carries oxygen in the muscle. So that is also the right statement. Then it also exhibits aerobic respiration. So that is also a correct answer. Then if you see the 4th option contains less mitochondria. So that is wrong. So less mitochondria is present in the white mussel. So in white mussel, so you have less mitochondria. So you have more number of mitochondria in the red mussel. So this is the our answer, which is not the characteristic property of the red mussel. So let us see the next question. So in next question you have to find the wrongly matched scientific name and common name. So let us see scientific name Bungarus. Scientific name is Bungarus and common name is kite. So Bungarus is called as a kite. Okay. So that is a snake. So Bungarus. This common name is called as a kite. That is the right statement. Then so this is the right statement. Next. You see B. Exocetus. Exocetus is called flying fish. That is the correct statement. Then trigon. Trigon is also called as a electric ray. Then so Charcodon. So Charcodon is actually not a dogfish. It is a marine shark actually. It is a marine shark. So dogfish. So dogfish is Scoliodon. So Scoliodon is called as a dogfish. Scoliodon is called as a dogfish. So option D is a wrong one. Wrongly mentioned. Then Myaxin. So hagfish. So that is also the right statement. So only D is the wrong statement, wrong one. So answer D will be our answer. Okay. Next. In our body, large number of neurons are found in. So we already know that neuron is the longest cell. So out of all the longest cells, means longest cells. So large number of these neurons are present in which part? That is the question. Large number of neurons are present in the part of the brain. So part of the brain. So in the brain, so there is a formation of gray matter. Gray matter takes place. So the gray matter contains more number of these particular neurons. So that is the reason they appear gray in color due to the dense number of the neurons present in that particular area. So in the part of the cerebral cortex. Cerebral cortex. So option B. So this will be the answer. Next. Acrosperm, acrosome of sperm. So acrosome of the sperm contains. So this acrosome contains an enzyme. The name of the enzyme is called as a hyaluronidase. So this enzyme is involved in so breakdown. So it is involved in breaking down of the membrane of egg. It is involved in breaking down of the membrane of the egg. So hyaluronidase. So hyaluronidase is present in the acrosome of the sperm. So that is the right statement. Next. So let us see this statement. Complementary pairing. So complementary pairing between nucleotides is exploited to diagnose presence of specific DNA mixture in a segment in a mixture. So that is a right statement. So the complementary pairing between the nucleotides is exploited to diagnosis. So that it is involved in diagnosis of the specific DNA in a mixture. That is a correct statement, and it is diagnosed by using the complementary base pair nucleotides. The complementary base pair nucleotide is called as a DNA probe. So DNA probe is the complementary pairing, means that is a complementary base pair. Okay, so DNA probe. So this DNA probe has radioactive isotopes help to detect the DNA by autoradiography. So both statements are correct statements, and both are also, so statement 2. So statement 2 is a correct explanation for statement 1, so that we can take this as an answer. Next. So term ecology. Next question. So term ecology was coined by Haeckel. So Haeckel is a scientist who has coined the term ecology. Term ecology was coined by Haeckel. Next. Amazon rainforest. Amazon rainforest is also called as a lungs of our planet. So it is a thick. Amazon forest is a thick forest. No doubt it is a thick forest. And diversity. So animal diversity, animal or plant diversity is enormous. Animal or plant diversity is enormous. So that is the reason it is also called as a lungs of the planet. So that is the reason it is also called as a lungs of the planet. So with this we will stop here. So before closing, I would like to introduce about our Unacademy Plus subscription of long-term courses, students. So if you see the long-term courses, we have the best course like 6 months plan, and a 12 months plan is available. So I suggest you to take the 6 months plan or 12 months plan. 6 months plan costing about 10,125 rupees, whereas 12 months plan is costing about 12,375 rupees, students. So these are the two best plans I suggest you to purchase, and while purchasing, don't forget to use my code RAJENDRALIVE so that you will get the 6 months course for prescribed amount of 10,125 rupees and 12 months plan of 12,375 rupees. So that is end of today's session, students. See you in the next class. Thank you all of you.